Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Eric Bird, here at StopStrugglingNow.com. And tonight, we're going to be talking about is the Federal Reserve looking out for you? We have investment ideas as usual because we will determine that information about if they're looking out for you after we have our little discussion here tonight. And welcome again to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream. Stop Struggling Now gear. Check. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. All right. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you once again for being here. And please share the videos. You never know who you're going to be able to help. And once again, you never know who's looking for something and don't realize they're looking for something. Something clicks in their brain. That would be greatly appreciated. Let's see who's in the house tonight for this discussion. First up, Laverne Penix is here. Welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream. He has the icon next to his name, which means he's a member of the channel, ladies and gentlemen. I thank you very much, Laverne Penix, for that. He's also known in these parts as Mr. Cool here. He's here, so thank you for that. Hello, SSN Nation. I hope everyone is doing well. I received the notification and trailer as his tagline this evening. So very, very happy to see you once again. And actually, I wanted to ask you, because there are a few Wave owners, have you guys gotten any updates on the Wave project? I know 3-4 months ago there was groundbreaking and things like that. But have you gotten anything new? Have they put any buildings in or any updates? Let me know. Jawway J is in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream. And he brings his tagline. Hello, SSN Nation. Received notification, saw the trailer. Happy Juneteenth to everyone. Hello to you. Happy Juneteenth shall be on Monday night as well. But thank you for bringing that up early. Much appreciated. And his tagline has been said. All right. 2 people have received a notification and trailer. Mr. Cool and Jawway J. Let's keep this rolling. Can we break the record this evening? That will be very interesting to know. Auntie Val is here. The Professor Auntie Val. Welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream. She too has the icon next to her name. And she brings her tagline. Good evening, fam. She brings it with the heart, with the strength, with the support, and with the cup of Joe, the Java. She says she got the notification. That's 3 people now, ladies and gentlemen. Let's keep it rolling. And by the way, she has that cup of Java for a reason, because she is the proprietor of Beachfront Java. That's right. In the chat room, I already put it in there. 15% off. Go see beachfrontjava.com. All you have to do is click the link. It automatically gives you the 15% off. It's premium blend coffee and free shipping for everybody. But you want to get your 15% off. You only have 2 weeks to use that code. After that, it goes away. Then you're going to have to pay normal pricing. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So go down there, check out some of the reviews. You will see awesome reviews, 5-star reviews so far. Guatemala, Indonesia, African, Peruvian beans. Can't go wrong there, ladies and gentlemen. Blade Azcona's in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream. Brings his tagline, or her tagline. Good evening, everyone. I received a notification and trailer. Oh my, that's 4 people so far. Thank you for letting me know. That's greatly appreciated and very nice to see you once again. So last night, Blaze Acona, Jawway J was on the live stream with the guys at Larimar City and Resort. and they had some spectacular updates from our guy, Daniel Malky, who will be here either every 2 weeks or every month. He is involved with Larimar. He's part of the development team. Therefore, we're going to have the latest updates. And boy, was it awesome last night. Oh, we haven't received any updates, says Laverne Penix for his Wave project. If anybody else has their Wave project, let us know if you've received any updates. All I know is they have groundbreaking and they're putting in pipes and things like that. That was only like 3 months ago. So I don't know when the delivery date is, but I would be thinking of probably about a year from now. I would think year and a half, maybe. So 2024 is the year you want to actually have it come online. There's several reasons why. Interest rates should start going down. Also, property values should start creeping up even more. And there'll be more tourists coming in 2024. New records will be broken next year. So that's why it's awesome. Everybody's going to be very happy who has anything coming out next year in 2024, 2025. But let's go ahead and look at this here. Thanks for that update, Mr. Cool. Much appreciated. Now, let's go look at, oh, I see what happened. Okay, I'm going to bring up what happened today. The stock market. It was loving the information that the Federal Reserve signaled to them and everybody in the world. Earlier this week, it was green, but the S&P 500 breaks its 6-day win streak on Friday, but still notches best week since March. This brings up the question of the night. Is the Federal Reserve looking out for you, the ordinary citizen, the OC, or are they sitting here looking out for someone else? And you know who those someone else's would be. That would be individuals who, well, the individuals who they're looking out for are people that are wealthy. Top 10% of the wealthiest own 89% of the stock market. So if you know that, the OCs only own 11% of the stock market. And you know it's like a huge teeter-totter because it's plain and simple. If you own 89% of something, and let's just call it weight, because that's what it really is. It's weight. And someone else only owns 11%, you outweigh them so tremendously that in order for them to get up to the 89% themselves, they have a hard time being able to do it. So that's who they're catering to, in my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. All right. So if you know those numbers, that's who they're catering to. Those are the wealthiest. And any increase proportionately goes like this. I'll change it back into $89 million. And we'll change the 11% for the OCs into $11 million. The stock prices go up 10%. For the 89 million crowd, that means $8.9 million has increased. So the wealthy got a lot wealthier versus the 11 million crowd only went up 1.1 million. You can just see by that simple equation, 8.9 million versus 1.1 million. Who do you think is going to be able to buy more assets? The guys who got 8.9 million, obviously, by an 8, almost 9-to-1 margin, right? Think about that. This is what's going on right now. So this is why you need to consider getting assets. Some of those assets, yes, it is equities. It is the stock market. And that's because you don't have to work for any price increases. You don't have to work for dividends. It's plain and simple. But let me know what you think. Is the Federal Reserve looking out for you? And then we're going to be talking about some more investment ideas. All right, let's see what we got here. Mr. Cool says, everybody who owns At the Wave, there's a few people that own At the Wave inside Vistacana. I didn't realize this, but he's saying it's June 2024 is delivery date, which is pretty cool because that's actually about probably right for them. No delays are going to happen from this point forward, we hope. A3 Saval, welcome. to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream. Thank you so much for being here. And his tagline this evening: hello, everyone. Hello to you too. And again, I appreciate you being here. And everybody, by the way, smash that like button. And if you like what we're talking about, please subscribe to the channel, click the all notification bell, and don't miss a Monday night show for the Money Making Monday live stream at 8:50 p.m. That would be greatly appreciated. Mo Better is in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream. And he has the icon next to his name, which means he too is a member of the channel. And he says his tagline: what's up, SSN Nation? What's up, Big E? All is good, man. We in the building. That is correct. With the support. Happy Friday, everybody. Got the notification and trailer. That means we're up to 5 people tonight, ladies and gentlemen. This is greatly to hear. Let me know what you guys thought about that live stream last night. It was Thursday night, the Larimar City. Speaking of Mo Better showing up, let me know what you guys thought about that live stream. I thought it was very, very good. I mean, that was awesome to me. That was one of the better ones that we've ever had, simply because we had part of the development team on tap. That was beautiful. It was awesome. A3 Saval. Let's see what he's saying here. At Laverne Penix. I also bought at the Wave. I don't think also June is too soon. A3 Saval says June 2024 actually is 1 year from now. It's going to be very interesting because they actually were doing something 3-4 months ago. So we don't know. I got to go check somebody's drive around and see, but they should have put up structures by now, I would imagine. And the way the Wave is constructed, it's condos, and I think they put that little town, so all they have to do is run and it's 4 levels high. So I think they could actually do it. And I mean, I think they'll be done by the end of this year, 6 months from now, 7 months from now, and then they'll be prepping for about 5-6 months. I think they could probably have it in 2024 for sure. I don't know about June, but we'll see. All right. Thank you for reminding us. So congratulations to you guys, because Vista Cana is looking awfully sweet. And in case people don't know, at Vista Cana, you already know about the man-made beach there. Imagine a second beach that they're going to have is going to be 3 times the size of the existing man-made saltwater beach. 3 times the size. That's huge. And they're going to have their own beach club over there called the Vista Cana Beach Club House, right? I think that's what it's going to be called. So anyhow, that's cool. That live stream was the cream of the crop. Explode. I'm very glad to hear that feedback, because everybody that owns at that location is going to be happy. Everybody that owns at Vista Cana is going to be happy. Everybody that owns anywhere in Punta Cana or in the Dominican Republic should be happy, because you got in early, and that's when real estate investing is the best. That's a part of the investment ideas. The Federal Reserve, they're going to be able to help you, ladies and gentlemen. Now, sometimes by default, they're not looking out for you, but you have to keep in mind and look at it this way, like they are looking out for you. The fact that they paused the interest rates, that may not be that they're looking out for you. They're actually looking out for their top 89 percenters, the top 10% that owns 89%, because they are holding assets where they have variable rate loans. They have interest only loans that are variable. And every time they raise the interest rate, their loan, the price of their loan went up. They owe more money. So this is why their target rate was 5%, 5.25%. Now, this is going to be very interesting. I'm expecting them. Well, I thought they were going to do the thing 0.25 and then just reduce later this year. I find this interesting strategy here. The last time type of strategy was used, it did not end up well, because they had to restart increasing interest rates. So I would have been erring on the side of precaution by adding an extra 0.25. And then I know we're guaranteeing snuffing out this inflation. And then we can worry about decreasing rates 3-4 months from now. But they went their route. We're going to find out what's going to happen. But the bottom line is, this is where you have to keep your head about you. You need to pay attention to what the Federal Reserve and the government is doing and thinking, because you go and win greatly when you can get real estate before they start reducing their interest rates over the next year, year and a half. Because if you think property values went up in 2020 and 2021 at 20%, it's going to be something along these lines. It's going to be 10%, 15%, and maybe even one of the years 20%, but 10 or 15% when homes are 500 grand, that is a lot of equity that you get to receive. Our pre-construction family, you get to win even more, because not only do you get the price of the increase of the project anyhow, because it costs more to build 2 or 3 years later, so they charge more for the new buyers. You get that equity, just like at Larimar, they're raising theirs 2.5% every month. So that's basically 10%. So 1 year is going to be 10% in 2024 summer. Then in 2025 is another 10%. Never mind the cost on floors and levels and things like that. And the new project they come out with, and they add on an extra $10,000 like they are doing at Tower 4, right? So keep all that in mind, ladies and gentlemen, all right? You will get that equity when you do pre-construction, plus you get the equity from when the Federal Reserve reduces interest rates and people start piling in and buying homes. We win twice. That's how they help you, but it's only by default, because they're not really trying to help you. They're strapped. Once you buy a home, it's not like you can go out here and buy 3 of them. So you are strapped. They know that, but they know the guys such as the real estate investment trust that we love to put our money into, because they're giving us 14, 15, 18% return. They know they're going to be out here buying up all this property. JP Morgan gave a debt facility, $3 billion, to a rental company, a home rental company that's going to buy the homes and then turn them into rent to owns, which is fair enough. That's the safest route. That's what I would do. And so therefore, any maintenance and upkeep is all done by the rent to own owners. You don't have to worry about it. Blame them for doing, but they have a debt facility from JP Morgan. So once again, we get to win. So if you position yourself, you get to ride the wave anywhere in the world. You can ride the wave even better if you are going to start a business, and in that area, it's going to be growing. Like several places in Texas where home prices are still like 300,000, 330,000. You could buy one of those at later this year and then ride the wave, because I believe in 2 years, it's probably going to be $500,000 homes. So if you also buy a business or start a business in that area, and it's a growing area in outskirts of Houston, for instance, there's another place, but that's in Texas. All right. So there's certain parts of our nation and outside of our country that's going to be benefiting from the Federal Reserve looking out for the big boys, but by indirectly you get to take advantage. So Mo Better, he's loving it. He's saying he's loving it. He loves it. Okay, first of all, we have to have full disclosure. Mo Better owns at Larimar, right? So he feels very, very good about the presentation yesterday. And he's saying things. I'm having a problem with the back office here. Let's go look. He says Larimar is top dog. Bite them all. Mo Better. He loves the pro. He loves the setup. And by the way, after we found out some more information about Larimar, I probably should bust out a video, because now I can talk about it. And I couldn't actually talk about it to you guys, but I knew about the levels. I kind of gave hints on a Monday night live stream and Wednesday night live stream. I kind of gave hints. I knew about levels, found out about the beach clubs. Much only a few days ago, I was overly ecstatic. So I wanted to tell you, I didn't want to be the bearer of spoiling some of this great news. And the villas being out, that was special news, where the lots were going to be built by them. You buy the lot, and then they want you to build a home by any developer within 1.5 years. They're not building the homes. So now that's not their responsibility, which I love, because I was questioning this 2-year thing. I was like, you're not building villas, towers, Horizon, sports complex. Now that you've taken out those 25 to 50 villas that you don't have to build and plumb and do all that, now things starting to make a little more sense. So that's why he got a little bit excited. Thanks, E. You did your thing yesterday. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. But like I said, it couldn't happen without you guys, because the videos that I've done, these guys love the videos because, I get excited about great projects like Vista Kana, as you guys know, I'm excited about Cruise on Land, even though I don't agree with their management and that some of their contractual language. That's still going to be an awesome project as well. And then downtown, which is part of my top 5. All these are in my top 5 investment areas that I'm talking about right now. Downtown's going to be off the charts as well. And again, I'll be maybe even making a video about a new downtown office building, retail center downtown, office building. So they're going to have office buildings upstairs, retail downstairs. And just so you guys are here with us tonight, these are investment ideas. We know downtown's going to grow. So you can either have a retail spot that you own, or you can have an office that's up on the second, third, fourth floor that you own. That gives you the option of leasing it out or starting your own business. That's a beautiful option to have. And you own it. So that means you can always have rental income coming in. And the prices are basically condo prices. We're talking about $100,000, $120,000. I can't blame them, but it's retail, it's commercial. That's one hell of a thing to have. Commercial property for 130, 100,000, 140,000, and it's yours. And that means as the downtown area grows, people are going to be renting your space if you have a retail location, and offices as well. Even if you don't have an office or want a business that requires an office, at least you own that office space and it's downtown. Get in early before downtown is even built. Downtown is going to take 6-7 years to build out. And then it's going to be a place. They're going to have a convention center down there. So keep that in mind. All right. Blaze as Kona, he's saying his information tonight. Let's see what he's saying. He's saying the live stream was awesome. Best in Larimar. Blade as Kona. Very nice to hear. Make sure you go through Gwen. Let them know you came from SSN Nation. All right. Make sure if you do decide, because actually after last night's presentation, it's almost very, very hard not to consider it. I have to admit, I can't even say, it's so far above everything else that's out there. There's nothing like it. He said they're going to have shuttles, transportation to downtown, to the beach, to the airport. Those 3 items right there checks off everybody's list. They go, oh, I want to go to the beach. Oh, guess what? They have the transportation. Hey, what about getting Uber or whatever transportation services? Nope, got you covered. They're coming to get you, pick you up there. Everything that you need for people to land and taken care of, they have. And then, of course, they'll take you to go check in at your unit, I would imagine, drop you off at wherever. This is too much for me. I can't even fathom. And if anybody likes beach clubs, Laverne Penix, Mr. and Mrs. Cool have taken pictures at the Kana Rock Beach Club. All right. They have a restaurant. They have a pool area. They have a bar. And that's their beach club. But can you imagine a complex that has 3 kilometers and they separated them into, like, they have pools, man-made beaches, pools, and they're making it into a beach club, ladies and gentlemen. Hotels have a level. They're at the higher level. That's on the same level as the condos and villa level. Then you go down a level. That's the owners of Larimar, condos, villas, who have a owner's level beach clubs all along this boardwalk, 3 kilometers. In case you don't know what that means in miles, that's 1.8 miles. That's insane. And then on another level, on the lowest level on the cliff, that's a beach clubs they're going to have on that level where people can pay to come and hang out. I love this concept. And Owners of Larimar can be on any of the first two levels. They just can't be at the hotel level beach club, which makes sense. And the hotel people staying in the hotels, they can be on all three levels. Right? I don't know about our level though, the owner's level. I forgot to ask them about that. But they have their own level up top for hotels. They have their own beach club and pools and whatever. But imagine 1.8 miles. Yes, it's going to take about 8, 9, 10 years to do. But 2025 at the end at Larimar, oh my God, they're going to have 1 kilometer already done. A kilometer is a little over a half a mile. It's 0.6 of a mile. They're going to have a half a mile done of the boardwalk. This will be spectacular. All right. So can you believe that you can still buy something, a 1-bedroom for $92,000 there? I can't. Can you believe you can buy a 2-bedroom there for like $125,000 or $120,000? I can't. This is crazy. The prices are really ridiculously low. All right, we're having trouble streaming to Twitter. This may be an issue. Okay. Well, thank you for letting me know. But that's a nice little note. No wonder my screen, it keeps blinking and doing crazy stuff. So in case your screen's blinking too, there's nothing I can do about it on my end, but thank you so much. Is the government looking out for us as the ordinary citizen? They're saying, yes, Eric, here's how we help you out. You can start a business. This is the land of the free. You can start a business. Okay, I agree with this. This is one of the few places that anybody can start a business. That's what's beautiful about this, but not to say I can be in Mexico and start a business too, if I want to, right? I can be in a lot of countries and start a business, whether it's going to be government sanctioned or not, that could be another story, right? But everybody can walk along the beach and say, well, you want to buy something, right? I mean, in reality, but that's not the real business that we want to start. We want to start something that's passive income, at least the best we can get passive income, limited amount of work needed for the most part. 90% somebody else is doing it or it's running on its own. 10% is when they call you up and say, hey, boss, we got a problem. So just keep that in mind. All right. So once again, what do you guys think? Is the Federal Reserve, is the government looking out for you? I will say, here's what's looking out for you. When you can go to the state of Florida, go to sunbiz.org, and you can actually get an LLC there. And it's only going to cost you like $134, $135. That's it. Then you can go to Opus Virtual Office and actually get a virtual office for $99 per month. But don't forget to use that promo code of YG1 so they waive the admin fee. But now you'll have an address for your business. Yes, it's in Florida, but then you say, I don't live in Florida, but hey, hold on. You're going to love this. LLCs and people do not pay tax in Florida. How do you like that? Okay. You're going to pay sales tax, though, if you have sales or something. But regular, like California, there is no taxing on your LLC. No $800 minimum or anything like this. There is an annual renewal, which will be $134, nothing major. And a few other things. But you can have your Opus Virtual Office. Down below in the description, use the link for Opus Virtual Office. You've done two things. It's a tax write-off. They report to your business credit file, and it's separate for sure from your personal life and business life, separate. That's one way you can get off into investment ideas. You can join the party like Beachfront Java and Professor Auntie Val and Family's Java business. Again, if you just now joined us, 15% off for premium coffee. The beans are from Peru, Honduras, Indonesia, Africa, and I'm missing another one. But nonetheless, go check it out. Beachfront Coffee. And I'll have a link in the chat room, just like I started off this. Oh, minute. It's in the chat room at the very top, but I'm going to put it in the chat room as soon as I am able to. People here that has drank this coffee, and it's all good. The aroma of the coffee is what blew me away, because I love chocolate, and it smelled like coffee. It's awesome, right? The wife's brewed it up, and all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, what's this coffee smell? What's this cocoa smell? This hot chocolate? Where's the hot chocolate? I'm not even thinking it was the coffee, because I've heard people say, oh, it has cocoa beans in it before. Okay, whatever. But it still smells like coffee aroma. This was like hot chocolate was brewed somewhere. I was like, where's the hot chocolate? I was like, okay, right on. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Get yourself the 15% off. And everybody ordering at Beachfront Java, you get free shipping in the lower United States. Free shipping. So there's no excuse. Show some support for Professor Auntie Val. She's an entrepreneur. She's a businesswoman. Now show some love, ladies and gentlemen. We have to support our own. It doesn't cost you anything but about $19.95 for the drip ground, or $22 or $23 with your discount for the whole beans, 1 pound bag. Take your pick. But that's all it takes to show some love. So support Auntie Val and family in their new business venture. The soft launch has begun, and you only have about 2 weeks before that 15% off expires. All right. They come in Ziploc bags, by the way, which makes it even cooler, right? Ziploc, fresh, keeps them out of the air and humidity if you live in certain areas of the country where it's humid. So that's what makes this very, very special. All right. Now, we talked about the stock market over here because we have to. I talked about it earlier, but I just want to let you know, expect next year, if it doesn't start now, there will be an ultimate bull run. Now, some of us, like Mr. Cool, he's a Tesla man. He's loving this little bull run that Tesla's been doing. We were down to 106, ladies and gentlemen, $106 per share at one point. People didn't want to buy then, which I don't understand. I did not, I have to admit. It went back to 110. I was like, hey, if it goes down to 90, I figured I might as well wait till 90, because why? 106, 110, 112, 120, it does not matter, because if it goes back up, it's going to be a negligible percentage point increase. So I'm going to give you a perfect example. Here's Tesla. It's at 260 right now, ladies and gentlemen, after today. So some of us who bought at 116, 117, not at 106, I did not. Some people did. But you can understand 116 and it's now 260, you have doubled your money in less than a half a year. Even if you'd have bought at 106, you're doubling your money in less than a half a year. Even if you bought at 120, you're doubling your money. So as long as you're in that area, you have already went 100%, right? Plus, so you're loving life for every share you own. That is beautiful. And we know if they can continue this drive upward, then you know what's going to happen in about 2 to 3 years. There's going to be a stock split. You know how they do this, because it'll probably be up to like $600-700, possibly. Again, it all depends, because it's very interesting on the EV markets, because we have the mainstream guys getting in now. Volkswagen's in here, which with their Porsche brands, with their Volkswagen brands, everybody's getting into the EV. But for whatever reason, it appears Tesla's back with being the darling for the moment. So we will see. Elon Musk says Tesla market cap is directly tied to whether it solves autonomous driving. Well, they're not Waymo, so it's going to be very interesting how they're going to be able to do that. So we will see. Now, Toyota defies skeptics. Stock seals best week since 2009. Toyota's coming out with EVs. All right. And it looks like Michael Jordan is not going to be majority stakeholder anymore in the Charlotte Hornets. He's like, give up. Let me get out of this. Let me get my $3 billion. Okay, I guess he's tired of that. I don't know what to say, because his Jordan brand, the Nike deal that he has, I think it makes more than $3 billion annually. It's outrageous how much he makes from that Nike deal alone. Never mind his other products that he endorses. So that's very special. Now, let's get back to this, ladies and gentlemen. All right, that was nice to see. But what do you guys think? Is the government out here trying to help us? Or are you going to have to help yourself into the free? Right? So you're going to have to help yourself, and you're not really restricted. And then what we like here is, why go with something that's restrictive in the first place when you can start an LLC? Anybody can start an LLC. Does not matter who you are. Okay, what's going on here? We're having a little problem in the back office, I see. All right, Vanessa Comagate has arrived. Welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream. Thank you so much for being in the house once again. She says her tagline this evening: "Hey, boss and SSN fam, good job yesterday." Thank you so much, Vanessa Comagate. I appreciate that. And in case you just showed up, she's referring to that Larimar City and Resort. We had our realtor friend Gwen on, and we had one of the development's management team, Daniel Malky, was here. He was here for, I don't even know how long that live stream was. I think it was at least, I know it was 2 hours. It might have even been almost 3 hours. But there was so much great information. If you missed it, ladies and gentlemen, you need to check this out, because where else can you get a property like this and a project like this and the price for under? Okay, first off, again, I still can't believe you can buy a 1-bedroom for $92,000 at this location, let alone a 2-bedroom for $120,000 and up. That is insane. That's insane. And if you want a larger 2-bedroom, you can get a swim up 2-bedroom unit for $270,000, $275,000, and it's around 1,200, 1,300 square feet with huge terraces. We're talking about 400, 500 square feet terraces. I mean, depends on what level you're on, but I mean, this is outrageous what's going on here. And if you find out and you understand what they're building, this is like, they call it Larimar City and Resort. They actually are making a resort because they have beach clubs, 3 levels of beach clubs. That's what it is. So this is pretty serious. And it's going to be 1.8 miles ultimately over the next 8, 9, 10 years. Unbelievable. So again, hey, boss, SSN fam from Vanessa Comagate, known as the Seamless Genius, is here in the house with the icon next to her name. And again, thank you so much for that comment. And Professor Auntie Val says, "What's good, sis?" Happy early Father's Day from Vanessa Comagate to all the fathers out here. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate that. Much appreciated. So we have to say happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Vanessa Comagate said it. I'm going to have to repeat it. And you can see it here on the screen. And she says, Professor Auntie Val says, Auntie Val, hey, there, queen, working hard, love, says Vanessa Comagate. Yes, she's on that. You know us entrepreneurs, always trying to cook up something new. Auntie Val, I'm still enjoying my coffee. There we go. 5 stars. Let's see what happens. So I'm liking the retail opportunity below. Very interesting indeed. Ah, ha, ha. She's referring to Larimar. I think at Larimar, they're going to lease spaces for rent. So the Seamless Genius, I already know what started happening in her head. She's like, wait a minute. This is what I've been looking for. He said beach clubs. He's saying family. He's saying, wait a minute, this goes hand in hand with my tracker. I'm thinking, she's thinking probably some other things as well that could be down there. And actually, this is going to work out. When you start talking about a half a mile of a boardwalk is going to be available in 2.5 years, that's incredible. But if you are a family that came into the beach club, that's a half a mile is a long way. And you have kids or children with you, yes, you might want to buy those. I can't remember the name of it, but they're tracker units, the T-shirt and tracker. And parents would love that. It's almost like an amusement area, restaurant, beach club. Whenever I hear beach club, I'm thinking cabanas, I'm thinking swim up bars, I'm thinking even a sports type atmosphere where one of the areas might be big enough, a water area might be big enough where people will be bringing on their wakeboards. All that's going to be down. So you want to have the kids running around to the splash pad areas, swimming in these different pool areas, and they might like the one that's maybe 100 yards down. So you would have a tracker. She could actually have one of those locations. Unbelievable. unbelievable in this beach area. This is going to be awesome. I can't even. Exactly. The only thing is, he said they're going to be leased, so everybody can only rent, which still is not a bad idea. But renting, you're subject to any fluctuations and rental increase prices. But anyhow, that damn Danny came in last night and pulled a Michael Jordan game 6 on us. Yeah. Oh yeah, he was ready. He was ready. Yeah. But he I'm just saying, the place is spectacular. That damn Danny's right. Showing nothing but love for the Java. All right. You're half right. Let's see what we got. I will sell them something, but it won't be trackers. Hey, I'm just going with what I know at the moment, but I know how you think. I know there's something that you came up with when you found out what's going on. You're like, wait a minute. Hold on. We have customers. You have a sales area, sales center that I can have down there. Where do I sign up for this? Customer base, a la Disneyland, Disney World type of environment, or mall environment. Either way, I know Seamless Genius is going to have several things that she's going to cook up over the next month or less. She's probably got ideas like, wait, I can have a space that does this, and that. I'm pretty sure, because even how much of space is going to be there when you have people coming from all over. That's what this is going to turn into. In fact, there's something that I wanted to mention when I showed Vistacana the other day, and I didn't, which made it very, very unique. You could actually see when the drone footage came up. In fact, I might show it. When the drone footage comes up and they're showing the man-made beach at Vistacana, you can see in the background the cliff, which makes this even more exciting, because if you can see the cliff when you're actually walking around in the valley and you see the cliff lit up at night, if that actually is a thing where you can actually be down there and you can see the cliff, that's going to make things even more spectacular. People are going to be saying, what's that up there? Kind of like the Hollywood Hills, in case people don't understand my reference, right? So that's going to be awesome. Going to be awesome. Let's see. Here we go. I know she's cooking up something already. I know this is Seamless Genius, ladies and gentlemen. She comes up with some most awesome business ideas. Also, me and X waiting to hear about at St. Pete's property. Busy. Oh my goodness. See what I told you. She's over here doing all kinds of deals, ladies and gentlemen. It's very fascinating to watch. And that's why she has great investment ideas. She's done the Airbnb of malls, where she actually has a kiosk and she rents out her kiosk to other businesses and makes passive income because they've run it. She split it down the middle, and that gives her a net positive of, let's say, I'll just say it, $1,000 passive. She doesn't have to do anything. They go there, they fix up how they want to do the kiosk, they split it, they do their business, then they leave the next day. She doesn't have to come down there and clean up anything, do anything. They're just cutting her a check. Truly passive. So now what she's trying to do eventually, probably most people would do, they go, well, let me get another one and another one and another one. The duplication process, though, may not be the same, because it's all based on that location, that customer base, those two entrepreneurs. We don't know if that, even if the exact same entrepreneurs was in another mall or another location set up that same way, we don't know if it's actually going to, work out for the entrepreneurs at the kiosk. So that is the experimental program that I'm sure she's going to go into if she does expand. So I just want to put it out there. That's what we think about, ladies and gentlemen. If you're an entrepreneur, you're thinking of expanding, exponential numbers. Remember, instead of one condo, get two. If you can get three, then get three. Because in this way, if you have a situation, that means if one makes, I'll just use an arbitrary number, $20,000 annually, and you're sitting there being happy because you only bought the place for 110, you're going, no, I like just 20, and my property went up an extra $50,000, and I would have actually been able to get $100,000 in equity, and that way that means you have some wealth that you could actually tap into if need be to expand or go even buy another place. All right. Like in the case of some people, they bought 2 units so they can sell one to pay off the first one and have change left over. Nothing wrong with that. Right. Remember, boss, I meet needs. I'm not married to any item. Exactly. I know you have to be like that. And that's a very good saying right there. You meet the needs, ladies and gentlemen. Just because you're set in your ways, you always have to pivot. You just can't be stubborn. All right. Just if something doesn't work, then you have to pivot a little bit and figure out a different way or come up with a different business idea entirely. I like that's what she said, because that's what it is when you're an entrepreneur. You can't be stubborn. You have to look and say, hey, this isn't working. Maybe I'll do a twist on this and let's see if that changes things. Ironically, one of the ladies who rents from me is from the DR. Vanessa Comagate. She's like, oh, all signs keep leading. Vanessa Comagate's been one of those people that has all the mindset for entrepreneurship. And she's calculating. She's like, man, I love this Punta Cana, Vista Cana area. I love Dominican Republic, but I don't know what I want to invest in over there. If I want to get a condo, home, townhome, whatever. She's still not pulled any trigger on anything. And the prices still haven't escalated too much out of reasonable numbers. But I think she might have to pull the trigger soon, because Larimar, again, is one that I believe is going to, it blows everything way, way, way off the chart, even though Vista Cana is right on its heels. But Vista Cana can't match the beach club vibes, but they do match other vibes. So I have to admit, that's why they're number 2 on my list. So anyhow, number 3 on the list, number 3 on my list, I'm going to go to top 5 areas now, right? Number 5 top areas is Larimar, Cruise on Land, Verone, because you can still get cheap land and it's not developed yet. Top 5 areas for investments. Number 4 is downtown, right? Because that's not built completely yet either. Number 3, Vista Cana, because they actually do have some things built. And so number 2 is coming out, well, ask people. So we will see. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me know. Is the Federal Reserve looking out for you, or they're not? Is the government looking out for you? Who's looking out for the little man? But does not matter. You have to have investment ideas, and you can invest in yourself. You can invest in other people. There's myriads of ways that you can invest. Let's see. Here we go. She says, Larimar is beautiful, and I like the possibilities. Yes, that's what it is. It's all I can say is if you can get on the first half mile, 1 kilometer, they still have 2 more kilometers to go. It's going to take about 8 to 10 years, I'm sure. But over the course of that time, more and more people are going to come up there. So if you start a business that's in that area, that's why it's in my top 5 investment areas. Because if you aren't even in the Larimar Cruise on Land section, the fact that you're in that territory and starting a business, that gives you a leg up. For instance, they're going to have supermarkets inside Larimar. So that eliminates the mini mart supermarket, but that doesn't eliminate it entirely because it's inside Larimar. That does not have anything to do with, there's restaurants or mini marts inside of Larimar. Everybody else, they have to go to a supermarket. If you have a villa or a townhome and your project doesn't have it, then that's where they're going to go shopping. So you need to be where there's 20, 30, 40,000 people that live there, residents. That's a great spot to be in. And you're like one of the only people that have whatever it's going to be, the pharmacy, the mini mart, whatever you're going to do, the spa, the salon, whatever. You're going to have people living in that area who work at these mega resorts. They may not live in the mega resorts. They might live somewhere else. So nearby. So you put in your business there. So again, you have all kind of opportunity, and especially that far away from downtown area or from the beach area. You know they have the adventure parks. The adventure parks are in Cap Cana. There's an adventure park in Punta Cana, Bavaro. So you have a chance. You're up on a ridge. Doesn't it make sense that you might even want to do an adventure, ATV adventures? That's an investment idea, right? So there's all kind of things that you can do there because it is 15 to 20 minutes from the airport. Well, 15 minutes from the airport when they have that drive through. And Danny Malky from Larimar said once they cut that road through, they're saying it's 12 minutes from the airport. That's short time. And be 12 minutes up to Larimar or in that Verone area, you could be up there on the ridge. Yes, that means they're going to have a lot of people there between Cruise on Land, between Larimar, and between the villas and whatever else happens along that section. Over in the next 10 years, there's going to be 50,000 people living in that area. Never mind about the visitors and the tourists, but you're going to have 50,000 people. So now you have transportation services. You can do, I mean, all kind of things you're going to be able to do. And right now, it'll just be growing. But time, as long as you establish yourself, get a good rapport, then that means as 10 or 20 or 50 or 100 or 1,000 more people come, you're going to get a majority of that business because your name's going to be well known. That's what you want, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Let's see. Mo Better. He loves his investment there. Larimar won. Vanessa Comagate over. That was a tough sale. Now I know this is a wise investment. Yes, Mo Better. There you go. Soon as he started talking about those levels and that they're going to have those businesses in there, she was just like, oh my goodness, hold on a second. I can own it Larimar. At least that's what I'm thinking. I can own it Larimar, have a business that I have down there. Now it's a twofold thing. You own it Larimar and run a business. Now whenever you go hang out at your place, we get tax deductions all over the place because now I'm visiting my rental property and I'm visiting my business. I mean, this starts to get really, really great because again, you want to put yourself as an entrepreneur, business person, because remember, you want to be a business person with an EIN number as a subsidiary of the United States. That's where you get the best wealth building tools because of your tax breaks, tax cuts, tax, what should I say, deductions. All that comes into play. And so that's something that you have to think about. And so you get a double whammy. You get to do a bunch of things with this setup that they're doing, and they're separate. Remember, they're going to be separate, right? So you get to use it as, hey, we're having a corporate meeting. We're having our corporate meeting here. Oh, okay. I get to charge, right? I'm just saying this is how much I got to pay for the corporate meeting space. It's going to be beautiful. It's got to be beautiful, right? All right. It was that commercial space. I know. Exactly. It wasn't about the living. She's like, hold on. Where can I get this? You're talking about bringing customers to me that's going to be hanging out at this beach club and doing this water and all that. I have some ideas. I know she does. That's it, Mo Better. Mr. De La Cruz is in the house. Another real estate investor who's done it right. He didn't just get one. He didn't just get two. He didn't just get 3 units. He's tied the record, ladies and gentlemen. He's doing it the old-fashioned way. He's earning it, pre-construction style. What does he plan on doing? He's already told us before. He's going to actually potentially sell 1 unit because the prices have doubled. And the 1 unit's going to pay off one of the units. So his unit's going to be free and clear for the one he keeps. Plus, he gets to keep a little bit of that cash in his pocket. And he says his tagline, welcome again, Mr. De La Cruz, to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream. And the tagline is good evening, SSN Nation. Good evening to you too, Mr. De La Cruz. Very happy to see that you're in the house. And also, he owns it. The beach is one of the locations. The other one's over in Boca Chica. And I think he owns 2 at the beach, if I'm not mistaken. So how's things been going at the beach? Let us know. Give us the latest update. I don't know if you're in the first phase or not, but let us know if you are. If delivery's coming anytime soon, let us know because there's other people that own at the beach as well. So you can give them some updates along with us. And if you missed the update for Larimar, Mr. De La Cruz, you should be awfully happy Go check it out. We had one of the developers' main men was on. He is Daniel Malky. He was here in the house 2.5, I think it was 2 to 3 hours answering questions. And that project is even better than anybody thought. And that actually brings up everything, just like the beach brings up downtown. Everything gets lifted when they bring in Larimar, when they start doing it and people realize what it is. It's going to bring up the level of, shall we say, competition and the level of value, because that's the key right there. The beach is doing its job. It's pretty much everybody has like a 50 to 100% increase in value at the beach. So that means anybody that has something that's like the beach, you should expect similar type of price increases, 50 to 100%. That's what you should expect too. If you have a man-made beach, if you have restaurants, shops, and bars, I don't know if they're going to ultimately end up having their restaurant, shops, and bars, but hey, they don't even have that right now, and their property values have increased 50 to 100%. I love watching what happens there, and I love watching what's happening at Conorock, because those two locations gives us an idea about what's going to happen. So downtown, if that happens downtown, and then at Conorock, they also have a 50 to 100% increase in their values, realizing, well, then Vista Cana should, Larimar should, Cruise on Land should, any projects that have their man-made beaches and pools and all that, they all are going to have that same sort of cachet. So that's investment ideas in pre-construction. In case you just joined us, no credit check, no qualifying, no barrier to entry. Now, Mr. De La Cruz, let us know what's been happening at the beach. If you have the latest updates, let us know. Building 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people have went to go check out. How many people have lived? How many people live there? I don't know. There are people reporting that they did take delivery, but I don't know. I'm still calling. I'm skeptical, but they have said they did. So there's like 5 or 10 people that live there, I think, potentially. I don't know. So we'll see. But nonetheless, property values have increased, and I love what's happening for the better projects. Those are the ones close to the beach. Those are the ones with specialty items, such as the beach, which has its own man-made lagoon. So when you start adding man-made beaches, man-made lagoons, and what's happening there should happen at other locations that have it as well. It's going to be very interesting. We will find out 2.5 years, ladies and gentlemen. 3 years, we're going to find out, right? All right. Smash, please. That's so the YouTube guys know that we're in the house. And again, if you like what I'm talking about, please subscribe to the channel. Click the all notification bell. And what I'm going to do right now is get myself a little something to drink. And you know it's SSN Lifestyle Videos, so that's what we're going to play right now. Let's go with this one.
I don't know. He's got a good shot.
A lot of competition.
The guy can play, but we all showed up to dethrone him this year. But I brought him something, courtesy of Poker 101A. This is his jersey, and then we're going to auction one off.
Oh,
So he's got another one.
great.
All right?
Very
We got
nice.
some heavyweights here.
It's all right. You can hold your own.
David Devilfish Juliet. You know, I'm here. Phil Ivey might even be here. I mean, we have heavyweights here tonight. So us little guys, we're going to have to do something serious.
Here he is, the man of the hour, Don Cheadle. Last year's tournament winner, arriving to defend his title.
One of the places that's fun as hell was that SSN Lifestyle presentation that no longer quite exists the same way. I mean, even Hugh was in the house that night, along with a few of the playmates, all that fun stuff. And that's what you're working hard for, ladies and gentlemen, except not everybody wants to go there, but you're working hard so you can have fun in life, so you can experience some things that you never thought you would experience. And that's how you set yourself up with buying these assets, because the Federal Reserve may not be looking out for you in some instances, but they're going to be looking out for you in about 5 months. All right. And for everybody that holds stocks, they're looking out for you all the time. So depends on what genre you're in. If you're in real estate, they're looking out for you all the time. If you're in stocks, they're looking out for you all the time. The federal government is looking out for those that want to start a business. They look out for you quite well. All right. Now, those are the things that you need to remember. Right. Let's see what else we're going to talk about. This may be a short live stream tonight. Here we go. Let's see. Got Mr. De La Cruz. He's about to give us some info and his opinion about something. I see there was a long, I have a delay, it appears, and it looks like a long delay. Anyhow, Eric, sometimes we combine the tourist people that land in Punta Cana together with the people landing in La Romana because of their proximity, but they are two completely different type of markets. Mr. De La Cruz, I will let you know, they are two separate markets, but they're only two separate markets right now. So here, listen to what I'm about to say. So when you go travel, do you just stay in the one area when you're there for the week? No. You will go 30, 40 minutes and maybe an hour. Like some people will land in Santo Domingo and they'll say, hey, why don't we go up for the weekend and go to La Romana? Or why don't we go up to Punta Cana? And then same in reverse. People will land at Punta Cana. Then they'll say, hey, we're going to go stay at Believe for 3 nights over there by eBay. So they're different markets, but the people that land at the airport, you don't know where they're going. Some people will be going to Macau. Some people will be going even to La Romana because there's more flights that go into Punta Cana than La Romana. And then they'll go down to La Romana. So as long as you're within an hour, people are going to cross-pollinate, so to speak. That's just the nature of this. If you go to Hawaii, you just don't stay in Honolulu. If you go to Maui, you're just not going to stay in Lahaina, right? You're going to go around the island. So you take day trips. You do all of that. So in my idea, the way I market and say, I don't really market, but I tell people, if we have 4% of visitors to the Dominican Republic land at La Romana, and you have 60% land at Punta Cana, I combine that to 64% of the population is within an hour, hour and a half radius. That is significant. So people cross-pollinate all the time. You just don't stay within wherever you're going to stay generally. When people get lay of the land, they're going to say, oh, I'm going to go over here. I'm going to go over there. So that's why I actually include it. And what's going to end up happening is it costs more generally down there, when especially with the Casa de Campo, right? So it all depends. But what I love is it's all in the same Eastern province, Eastern territory. So again, whether you go up to Macau and beyond, whether you go over to La Romana, whether you stay within the Punta area 15 to 20 minutes, everybody benefits from all of that. So we will see what happens. All right. So he says, here's what he says. Tourist. Okay. This is a great subject matter that we're going to be talking about right now. I like this. Tourists landing in Punta Cana usually stay in the area, but the people landing in La Romana go straight to the cruises. They have a mother port there. That's cool. They usually don't spend the night. Yes, that's good for now. But keep in mind, tourism is going to beef up. Remember, in La Romana, by eBay, they're building projects there. In fact, this girl got $34,000. She got a 10,000. What was it? 1,000. I think it's 10,000. 10,000 square meters of land over in La Romana right now. $34,000. That's actually a good deal for some people. Might think it's good. I don't know the land values over there. But what I'm saying is, cruise is a separate issue altogether, because remember, you're on a cruise. That's a whole nother thing. You're only in town for 7 hours. When you go by air, you're saying they go in air, then they go to the cruise port. But what's going to start happening is with like by eBay resort residences and beach club, they're building projects in that area. So people are actually going to be staying in La Romana, not going for the cruise. And you guys don't limit yourself in the way you think, is my opinion. Here's what's going to also happen. People in Santo Domingo They come up to La Romana. People in Santo Domingo come up to Punta Cana. People from all over the island go to other areas. So you actually have in-house visitors or people that live in Dominican Republic go to these areas as well. So that's not even accounted for when you look at air traffic numbers or cruises. I don't even count cruises myself because people generally aren't leaving to go an hour away, you know, when they're on because they got to be back in like 7 hours. So 2 or 3 hours away, they're not going to go that far. They might do an hour, but they're not going to go 2 hours away. So that's why I don't even count cruises. But the cruises are significant because that helps your area, your immediate area where they have a few thousand people get off and they're sitting there going to the bars, the restaurants, the places that do music, the shopping, so all of that helps out the local economy. So that's why it's so beautiful. They have so many cruise ports around Dominican Republic, but you got to add those tourists from a financial standpoint into the package. And that's great for the whole island, quite frankly. So we don't know, or I don't know, where right now, where people, if they land at Punta Cana, where people go. I don't know where they go. I don't know if any way you can actually track it unless you somehow have you're privy to what they write on their forms, where they say where you staying and you put down where you're staying at. That would about be the only way you'll be able to track it. I don't know if they even track it like that. But all I'm saying is don't worry about it. Punta Cana so far is going to be number one so far. If they keep this track of 60% of all tourists, then there's not going to be enough places. When we add another 500 to 1 million people in 2024 that's coming in to Punta Cana Airport, there's not going to be enough places. So I don't think you're going to have to worry about anything. Now, if you're going to pick something at La Romana or out there, yeah, most people probably wouldn't want to drive that hour and a half to get to their spot. They might try to land at La Romana and then they'll just stay out there. But again, are they going to stay there 5-6 days? Or are they going to come up to Punta Cana or Verón or someplace that they want to go check out? Who knows? But it's very, very interesting. I like this topic of conversation because there's different people. There's people that live there. There's people on cruise ships. There's people that come in to be visitors. So there's all different types of things that come up when it comes to tourists. There's no one set rule. But I do know this. If we have 100,000 people by air, or, well, we already have that so far this year, but it increased on 50,000 people by air coming in. Not all 150,000 are individuals. Some people come with 2 or 3 people. So then the 150 turns into maybe it only ends up being 75,000 or 50,000 groups because they're all staying together. So those 50,000 need a place to stay. So that's what it turns into ultimately. So that's what makes this type of conversation awesome. Brian P's in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream with the icon next to the name. And he says, hello, Eric. I hope all is well with you. All is well with me. Hello, SSN fam, to you guys. And by the way, Brian P, I got to say something because I might have mentioned this once or twice. Cash App. Yes, I do have Cash App. It's under Stop Struggling Now. And Brian P actually sent me donation or something. I don't remember if we did a transaction or anything, but I just, all of a sudden, I keep seeing this little thing flickering on this Cash App thing because I don't even look at it. I'm never even on that page on my phone. But over this past week, I was like, wait a minute, why is there a message at Cash App? I don't even use Cash App. And then it said Brian P. So I was like, wait a minute, Brian P sent me some money or something, a donation money. I was like shocked. But thank you so much. So if you were thinking, how come he never mentioned it? Well, I don't usually use Cash App, so that I don't even go to that screen. So I just had to say thank you very much for that. And I appreciate it. All right. Yes. In case anybody wants to do Cash App, yes, it's the $ Stop Struggling Now, by the way. All right. But thank you so much, Brian P. All right. Let's see what we got. Brian P. Okay. Hold on. Okay, Mr. De La Cruz says, what's he saying? The cruise people set the transportation from the airport to the cruise. They usually don't stay on Airbnb or hotels, no excursion. Oh, I know. Cruise people, we don't even count. That was my point. So when they say, like last month, I can't remember the cruise numbers. See, that's how much I ignored. I think it was 230,000 cruise passengers to the island, something like that. So I don't even count that because you're right. They don't stay in Airbnbs. They generally, no, you're right. Cruise pass. Oh, if somebody's in the DR and they're going on a cruise or somebody flies in, then generally they stay at the cruise hotels. Whatever the cruise hotel is in La Romana, they sort of funnel people to that location because they pick people up. The majority of the passengers they try to pick up from the same location. So he's right about that. But we don't care about the cruise. I don't anyhow. I don't even look at the cruise at all. That's why we don't count cruise numbers. When David Callado, I'll do the proper name. David Callado, when he drops information, I'll do that here, in fact, because it just happened. We'll pull up the latest numbers. So we'll be talking about, yeah, cruise is not included in the numbers. We're not counting those. We take those out. We don't even want to hear nothing about cruise because he's exactly right. Cruise passengers generally aren't staying overnight off the boat, and they're not going to fly in and stay in an Airbnb traditionally, unless everything was sold out, like hotels. That's the only way it's going. So let me see if they actually have numbers. So we'll bring up the real numbers. Dominican today. Yeah, so we're not talking about cruises ever when we're talking about Airbnb and visitors to the island. It's all based on tourist air numbers. So let me see, where is it? We don't have it. Let's see, where's the numbers? That's off. I'm gonna have to pull up my own video to find out what the number is. 52 visited and carried out activities outside hotels. There we go. Actually, I don't know about this information, but this is pretty interesting right here. Here we go. This is what I'm talking about. Here's the point I was trying to make. June 9th, this came out. 57% of tourists who visited the Dominican Republic in May carried out activities outside hotels. This is what I'm talking about. So if you're restricting it to cruise, we don't count cruise. We don't care about cruise passengers. It's a bonus if cruise passengers stayed in an Airbnb, but we don't count that. We count air passengers. So here we are. Let me see. Reported 621,000 people visited protected areas between January and March 2021. Out of these visitors, 47.5 explored national parks. See, here we go. Followed by 161,000 tourist natural monuments. Look at this, 108,000 to marine mammal sanctuaries, 55,000 to wildlife refuges. I like it. This is what we're talking about. Not everybody stays. 14% of tourists opted for buggy rides. 13% engaged in diving and kayaking. 23% tried ziplining. I like this one. I'm going to have to make a video about this because I've never seen them break this down like this. This is awesome. Among the popular transactions, 23% of tourists visited Isla Leona. 14%, Hoyo Azul and Cap Cana. 4% enjoyed a day trip to Isla Catalina, 1.5 miles from the mainland near La Romana. So there you go. 4%, 5%. All this adds up. 621,000 people visited between January and March. That's what they're saying. All right. So that's pretty good. Out of the January through March, they had, wasn't it 1.8? I think it was. It was 1.8 million tourists by air. I think that's what the number was. So that gives you an idea right there. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Tourists don't just stay in one location. So they will go visit outside of their territory based on what they're doing. So if you have 20% of those, it's a few 100,000. Okay. So there you go. But I want to still find the other one though. the tourism numbers, right? We need those. Well, how come it just popped away? Let's see. Tortuga wins TripAdvisor Traveler Choice. Oh, Best of the Best Award. Tortuga Bay. Congratulations. Okay, let's see. No. Okay, we're not getting it. And quite frankly, nobody can predict what's going to actually happen when it comes to visitors. But you can predict if you have a location that is special, you can predict you will get extra visitors because you have something special going on at your location. So that's why it matters what amenities you have at your location. All right, so I can't find the tourist numbers readily, so I'll have to Google it. So then these are the numbers we care about, right? May, okay, Dominican. All right, so we'll just Google, see what we get. It should come up. All right, so let's move along. Let's see what else, because this is a great conversation. Because if you're thinking about investing in, well, in this case, Dominican Republic, okay, that's something else. Report. I don't even know what that is. That's 114. We don't want 114. Okay. January. We're not getting it. Let's see. Okay, Dominican today. We don't want that one. Dominican strengthens. Here we go. June 6th. Here we go. Here's the number. 757,949. Out of that, 621,000 tourists who arrived by air, represent 11. So there you go. 621 out of the 757. So 136 cruise passengers in May. We don't care really about the cruise passengers, but we damn sure care about the 621,000 that arrived by air. We love that number in the month of May, ladies and gentlemen. And if anything works like last year, in the month of June, I think Mr. De La Cruz is in Dominican Republic, so he may be able to tell us. Last year, it broke, the June record was broken, and it was 600 and some thousand. I think it was 671, 675, somewhere like that. In order to break that record, they would have to get near 700,000 in the month of June. That would be remarkable if they got 700,000 visitors by air in the month of June. Last year, in the month of July, they went over 700,000 tourists by air. Just so you guys know what to expect this year, that is special. That is very special. All right. Let's go. He's right about the cruises. That's how they work. He's right about that. Only once in a blue moon. I was going to go on a cruise. I've never been on a cruise. I was going to do a one-time cruise, and I actually flew in because you have to. I think it was out of Fort, going over to the Bahamas. So the other thing is, it's in South Florida. You think I'm going to fly from Cali to South Florida and hang out? No, hell no. I'm not just going to come down and stay in a hotel. So in my case, I was like, hey, I'm hanging out in South Beach. So I'm going to stay over in South Beach 3 or 4 days. That's how I missed the damn boat, quite frankly. Got there when it was damn, well, they had the gang, the whatever. I call it the plank, right? But it's not the plane. But the gangway was up, and so I couldn't get on. They were still sitting there, but we couldn't get on. So I hung out, and because I was hanging out in the Airbnb doing whatever I wanted to do, and I got there, and it was like, oh my God. And I got lost also. The GPS took me around and around for an extra 5-10 minutes. And so I missed the damn thing. That is the only port in the DR that people can initiate a cruise trip. Hey, it don't matter to me either way, because La Romana, generally by air, they only have the highest number I've seen is 4% of all air passengers land at La Romana Airport. That was in the month of April. They had 4%. and Punta Cana had 67% of all air traffic into the Dominican Republic. So that meant 70% of air traffic was on those two airports, which are, what are they, an hour apart, which is awesome. That is significant. But generally over the course of the year, I think we're going to average out around 60% at Punta Cana Airport. La Romana will probably return to less than probably 1%. I would imagine. I don't think it's going to register large, but we'll see. But that's no bearing on what's going to happen. But don't worry, that La Romana Airport's going to have more passengers because they're adding more projects in that area. They're expanding over there. Like I said, a lady bought $34,000 USD square meters. I don't think it's 10,000 square meters though. It's 10,000 square feet, I believe. It's not that. It's like but I can't remember the number. If it's 10,000 square meters, that'd be 100,000 square feet. So that might be the number. But anyhow, it's somewhere along that line. It might be 10,000 square meters. So she bought it for 34,000 right now. It's just acreage. It's nothing major. They do have water to it. And I don't know what she's going to do with it or what it is, but that's pretty cool. Okay, Jaway J, there are actually resorts that run transfer shuttles from Santo Domingo and La Romana for their guests staying at Punta Cana. Exactly, Jaway J. That's what I'm saying. There's all kind of things going on. Not everybody stays in one location. And there's also one other thing that I just mentioned earlier about the ecosystem, no matter where you are. Wherever there's resorts and tourists, there's a situation where people, the people that live on the island or live in the state or live in the area, they too have weekends and travel. It's not like people just stay in one location when they live in their area. They're going to travel. So if you land at LAX, you might find yourself in a whole bunch of different areas. You may stay at a hotel at LAX, but you're going to find yourself saying, let me go down to Beverly Hills. Let me go down to Century City. Let me go down to Hollywood. Let me go down to Anaheim. Let me go find out what's going on at Santa Monica Pier. Let me go over here to Venice Beach. You know, all these areas you're going to go to. They're not exactly 5 miles apart. Hell, in order to get down to Anaheim, that's going to take you off the 405, it might take me about 35, 45 minutes. Depending on what time of day. So this gives you an idea. This is what I'm referring to. Even if you land in Orlando, you might not be going to Disney World. You might say, I'm going over to Universal. They are not side by side. My daughters, we're in Orlando and we're having fun. My daughters were older. They're older. They're over 18. My daughters we're hanging out in Orlando for a day or two. You know what they tell me? They're like, Dad, we're going down to Tampa. Tampa's freaking 60, 65 miles away because they like their little cigars, right? And at Tampa, they have this little area in downtown Tampa that's famous for cigars. So they're like, yeah, we're leaving tomorrow. We're going to go down to Tampa and hang out down there in the city. So again, this is the little ecosystems. Not a large percentage of the population that land in the area travels out. But if you have enough people in the area, if you have 1 million people in your area or land by air, you're going to have 10 to 20% of those people going around to other areas. And that's what makes an ecosystem work. And so when you have a place that you live or own in a place that has attraction, so to speak, you are going to get a percentage of those people coming into your area, your attraction, your resort, if so to speak. So that's why Mr. De La Cruz, it works out well. This is why I've always been on the beaches. I love what the concept was, and I'm hoping they do what they do at the beach by adding restaurants, adding something else, so you can actually have guests, because that'll help the ecosystem and actually help the HAs. So Jacob is doing, Jessica and Lamar is doing. You're going to have horseback riding, tennis lessons. You're going to have, all these different type of ecosystems, golf lessons. You're going to have, you can do all kind of things. Swim lessons. You have to have a high maintenance fee monthly or HOA fee monthly. So that's what we try to do. But yes, that's exactly what's going to happen. Find themselves in Samana. They can find themselves in Baibe. They don't even care. Like when I had to come play, I actually went to Punta Cana to play poker one time, and they flew me into, because we couldn't fly into Punta Cana, had to fly into Santo Domingo. And then took us up from Santo Domingo to Punta Cana. Hung out in Punta Cana like, I don't even know. It was like 7 to 10 days. So then took the Transpost service back to Santo Domingo. So this happens all the time. But that's going to be alleviated because they have the Open Skies Agreement. And you guys already know, I kept you up to date. Those guys, there's more airlines coming in. And there's more airlines going out. So now there's going to be a lot more traffic starting in June. So I think they are going to break the record, quite frankly. All right. I have done that myself because I got better fare to Santo Domingo last minute. Exactly. That's exactly what happened. That's kind of what happened. They were like, there was great fares to Punta Cana. Then they raised the rate. Then it got full because back in the day, they didn't have that many flights. Then they said, go to Santo Domingo. But Santo Domingo was like freaking $150 cheaper. I didn't have to pay for it anyhow. They were like, hey, and I told them guys, because like I said, I was sponsored. So Santo Domingo on, you got to do. And they're like, no problem. I said there shouldn't be because it's actually saved money because it was going to cost more. It was almost just $150 more. So I was like, cool, she's coming. Good. We're happy. Everybody's happy. They still give me a little cashola. So it's still good. So either way, it worked out. So all the sponsorships always work the same. They would always give me the airfare, but you couldn't fly into Punta Cana that time. So that changed up the whole ball game. But still, it was a nice trip. We got to see the countryside, stop on the side of the road, do some little Dominican stuff, get some food, and it was a cool little trip too at the time. So that was cool. All right, Mo Better. Let's see. Mo Better. I've actually took a Carnival cruise to La Romana on 2 separate occasions to Believe. Yep. And then drove to Punta Cana and came back to the Believe in time to get back on the tour bus, back to the ship. There we go. So tell us what happened, Mo Better. Like I said, I've never taken a cruise, really. So I've been on party boats and things like that, but never anything that left a port and I'm at sea for days. You said you had enough time to go. Yes, because it's an hour to Punta Cana. So that is possible. You have 6 or 7 hours here on the boat. You could have left at 8 9. You would have been in Punta Cana 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and then left and came back, be back by 4:30, and make it back in plenty of time. Because I understand, don't you have to be back like generally by 5 or something? Some places I heard 7, but let me know because, like I said, I've never gone on it. And see, this is what I'm talking about right here. It's an ecosystem. It helps the economy, and you're generally not going to be staying in an Airbnb like Mr. De La Cruz said. You might stay at the Believe, but only a few people are going to stay somewhere. It's Brian P. He says, yes, I sent it. Yes, it was a shock, man. I was shocked. I was like, oh, wow, this is cool. But again, thank you so much, man. I humbly appreciate it. And again, I've never even mentioned Cash App, even though I have mentioned, say, hey, there used to be a thing, sign up for Cash App. I don't have that handy. But I did always say $, stop struggling now. And this man said, oh, let me send Eric a little tip, a donation. I appreciate it so much, man. Thank you so much for that. Curtis Davis is in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream. He has the icon next to his name. He's also known as Mr. Financial in these parts. How apropos is the Federal Reserve looking out for you, us? We have investment ideas here, ladies and gentlemen. He brings his tagline. Good evening, SSN family. Always be making money. Good evening to you as well. And Mr. Financial, he's almost reaching that 1,000 subscriber plateau. So we got to go show him some love. Go to chilidavis.com. Oops. Chili Davis. All right. Go to Chili Davis here in YouTube streets. Smash his subscribe button. Click the all notification bell. Make sure you show some love. We got it. We only need probably 50 to 60 people. That's it. So go over there so he can get monetized. All right. He's helping people every day. Just the motto, what we do here. SSN University, SSN Academy, the No Guru Zone. We're not selling books. We're not selling ebooks. We're not selling webinars. We're not selling anything. We're giving you information that you can use to help yourself. Use that money to help yourself. And that's what he does at his Chili Davis channel. It's Chili with 2 L's. CHILLY Davis for everybody on podcast. All right. Let's go. Mr. De La Cruz, here we go. Here's what he's got at the beach. He says he's got, Eric, I'm on phase 3, building 16. Oh, no, that's across the way. That's not for another year, man. Year and a half, maybe. The best case scenario. It was supposed to be done this month originally, but in my mind, they might take 2 to 3 more years to complete. Okay, I'm glad you're thinking 2 more years. I don't think it's going to be 2 years, but they seem to struggle finishing phase 1 still. Oh, damn. They haven't got up to building 7 yet? Sheesh. Then I guess you might be right. It might be 2 to 3 years. Mr. De La Cruz, I'm pretty sure I know the answer to this, but I just got to ask you something. Will they allow you to sell it before it closes? I think I already know because I'm pretty sure they're not. Because in all the contracts, you can't do a flip, I don't think. But that would have helped out greatly if they allowed people to flip. But yeah, I agree with you. I wholeheartedly agree with you. I'm not expecting next year. It could, well, no, they're not going to be there because of what they're doing. But you're right. 1.5 years, maybe 2 years. I would think 2 years for sure. 3 years, that'd be harsh. That would be harsh if they can't do it. That wouldn't be good at all. Because they're almost sold out, from what I understand. And they're selling that penthouse unit for $700,000. Do you know if that $700,000 penthouse is sold? Because we're all going to be going happy, raising the roof on that, right? So, because that helps everybody. If they're selling a penthouse unit at a beach and it sells for $721,000, then that means Atlantida, that means the penthouse units everywhere values have increased that are that size, because it's 2,300 square feet, 2,400 square feet, something like that, with like 1,000 square foot terrace, it seems like. So I don't know if it's actually that big, but they have a terrace off the master as well. So all combined is probably 1,000 square feet. So that's pretty big. All right. So that means the value of the penthouse, the bottom level, Horizon Views at Larimar, $551,000. That's got a 2,000 square foot terrace. That's incredible. I mean, that's 551. Atlantida has theirs at, what was it, 575? Their penthouse units are 481. At Horizon Views, 481,000 for penthouse units. So I'm just saying, we're talking serious value increase if they get to sell theirs for 700 and some thousand. So that helps everybody. So we want to see that. But they are awfully slow, is what Mr. De La Cruz is saying. I thought they might speed up a bit. That's disappointing, because we're hoping that it was going to be done like, in like 2024. But I guess if that's going to be the case, then half of it's not going to be done for 2 years. That's a long time. That means Vista Cana is going to be built out more. Cana Rock's going to be built out more. The Primavera properties and projects are going to be built out more. Larimar is already going to have its first phase. Cruise on Land is going to have its first phase. I mean, that's crazy. That is real crazy. Because there is no other beach right now. So the only ones that's going to have a beach is going to be Cruise on Land, Larimar, and then Primavera 4 has their little man-made beach. That's it. So far. Atabay, they have a water park over there. So that's kind of cool. I don't know how big it is. But again, there's going to be a specialty to these lagoons and beaches and things like that because nobody wants to pay the upkeep money. Let's get real. All right. So that's cool, man. Let's go see. Let's go see. He's saying, I'm referring to, okay, I have a delay. And I'm referring to the beach, by the way. P.S. Eric, I stay in the Bronx. Okay, the New York dude. All right. Well, I didn't know that. I thought you were hanging in Punta Cana all this time or in Santo Domingo. Well, then, congratulations once again. He's tied for the record with the most units and property here in the SSN Nation. He's tied. He has 4 properties, ladies and gentlemen. He's making things happen. He's put in his investment ideas. He's making it happen. He has a plan, and he's done it right because, again, he's used the thing as getting more than one. He's going to sell one to pay off one, and actually, the way it looks, he might be able to pay off 2 of his properties for selling one, which is an ideal scenario. But thanks for letting me know. I'm referring to the beach, by the way. Yep. Now, are you referring to when you say 2 to 3 years, are you saying you think that's going to be for all 24, 26 buildings, the Palmeras, the pool, and all that? Because I don't think they're going to be able to do that in 2 years for sure. 3 years, unlikely even. That's what makes this interesting because in 3 years, there's going to be more projects, but none are going to have a beach. So they're always going to have that, and none are going to have a beach downtown. That's what makes that the valuable property downtown because that's a specialty. Everybody's going to be going downtown. Where's that beach at? Where's that man-made beach at? That's why I always wanted them to open it up to the public, and that would help owners. But then there's only one of them, and there's 20-some buildings plus Palmeras, so there's going to be a lot of people living there plus arena. So I don't think they can actually open it up like they do in Texas or in Tampa, where the people can come from outside and pay to go in there. That would be so awesome if they did or figured out a way to do it or built another little beach in there somehow. That would be awesome. But Mr. De La Cruz from New York in the Bronx, handling biz in the DR. Very happy for you, very proud of you as well. Yes, I left for Punta Cana as soon as I got to Believe and had to be back by 5 p.m. That is correct. Okay, there we go. There we go. And he said, yeah, I thought they had that in that contract. You can't sell it before it's done unless you have completed paying the entire thing. Oh, okay. The moment I drop all expectation and stop listening to their fake completion dates, I became happier again. Yeah, Mr. De La Cruz, that is messed up where they're telling people like those people in buildings 13 and 14, and they're telling them, oh, yeah, it'll be done by the September of this year. Or I was like, I don't know what they're smoking out there, but they're definitely smoking. There is no way it's going to be ready even in 2024 in the summer. So I don't know what they were talking about. That's not going to happen. We still have weather patterns to deal with. We still have a bunch of things. And they're still building that west side. It's west side, right? Or white side, whatever it is. They're building that villa project, which is another thing. I'm just like, guys, you need to have somebody else come in there. Somebody else. Dropped. Yes, I understand what you're saying. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, as soon as you dropped their fake delivery dates, you knew once you understood, because there's still a lot of people, Mr. De La Cruz, that are in denial, right? They're still believing when they tell them, oh, it's going to be done at the end of the year. They're still in denial. They're still thinking that, but they would be a lot better served if they thought a year and a half later. All right, Blade Ascona. Let's go. In Horizon View, there is 452 square meters, including the terrace apartment. That's 48, 65 square feet. Exactly. Blade as Kona. He's eyeing. Oh, are you talking about the one downstairs? The one that's for 551,000, which is almost damn near a travesty that it's still available. But again, it's 551,000. Yeah, I know, man. Let me know if you're talking about the one on the bottom, because I think that's the one you're talking about. I think that the other ones upstairs at Larimar, this is I'm gonna pull it. I Horizon Views. I can't believe I lost the brochures, and that's annoying. I don't want to lose brochures for Horizon, so I'm gonna have to figure out some way to get the Horizon View brochures back up, because it's a bummer that I don't have those, because those are so awesome. So awesome. In the back office, I have some things here that I'm going to pull up because it did no service. Yeah, I don't have it. It's a travesty, because people should see these for the price it's crazy. Now, I don't know what you're talking about though, Blake. That one's 551,000. That one's off the charts. Off the charts. So, yeah, I don't even have it. Man, I got to go look some things up, because that's a bummer. That's a bummer. Let's see. I only have, yeah, I don't even have it. It's a bummer, because I always want to pull that one up because it's so special. But anyhow, it's very nice. All right. So there we go. Well, thank you so much, Mr. De La Cruz, for giving us that. Okay, Blaze as Kona. Yeah, 2 to 3 years. I think this has become a long-term project. You got that right. You got that exactly right. It has. It's another 3 years minimum. To complete that circle is going to take 3 years minimum. That's what I believe. I don't see how else they're going to get that. 4 meter, including terrace. Okay. Okay. 160 square meter apartment, 291 square meter terrace in the Horizon. Yes. Okay, you're including the terrace. But hey, that's the 8th floor. Wait a minute. Blade as Kona. Don't tell me you bought this unit. Don't tell me you bought this unit. Nope, 6th floor. 629. Blade as Kona. Did you pull the trigger at Horizon View? Holy smokes. Congratulations if you did. Because okay, in case you don't know about Larimar, last night, Daniel Malky, he said Horizon View 2, which is next door building, is going to be the jewel of Larimar. Being next to the jewel of Larimar, whether you're in Horizon 1 or Horizon 2, the value means it's going to be high, because they're going to do something there that they're not going to do in the prime towers. So I can't blame you. I can't blame you right now. I wish I had some extra streams of income coming in, because I would be getting one of the penthouse units there. And so I have to, and the time frame that's going to take me to get the extra streams that I want, that's going to make this very easy, because I want an extra like 3 times the number. I want like an extra 15,000 coming in for me to make it make sense for me. So that means I got to actually go buy a hotel now, right? That's what's funny. So that's going to take me at least 60 to 90 days. But I'm going to have to, maybe miss out on 5%. Unfortunately. Not yet. I'm thinking about it. Well, Blade, what I can tell you is, July 1st, price goes up 2.5. Luckily, it's only 2.5. That's not much. But on 400,000, or that's 10 G's. 300,000, that's 7,500. That's not a lot, really. So, but you don't want to get another 7 or 8,000 added waiting, 6 months. So let's see. He's saying, no, Eric, 2 to 3 years to get to building 16. Good God. Jeez, man. He has no faith. Holy smokes. I'm thinking 3 years to get to 24. He's thinking half is going to be done in 3 years. Oh, my. They might be halfway complete in 3 years based on the data collected so far. Damn, that's terrible. So what are they going to do with there's some beach owners probably watching this. What are they going to do about the stipulation in the contracts that says if they're late, they're going to start paying people? Or are they going to use it as, we're late, we're going to give you the furniture? Because that would be what developers would do, right? Instead of giving you the money, they'll say, we'll give you the equivalent of the $35,000 furniture package. I mean, they better come up with something where that would be my furniture, man. I mean, come on. Instead of paying out, just because you get import taxes, you get some items to import real low. So go with that instead of paying out of pocket. I mean, that's what I would do. Here we go. All right. Let's see. Eric, I got some Jeppy stock. Congratulations, Brian P. Jeppy stock means he's at 11% or more. 11 to 11.5% will be in some of that range. Dividend every year for the money he put in right now. That's $6 and about 25 cents per share. They pay monthly, but it'll be in a year. It'll be $6.25. How sweet is that? Passive income. Congratulations. Very proud of you. Very well. Years to come and earn that 11%, 11.3, 11.2%. It's beautiful. JEPI, everybody on podcast, that's what you want to do. Is the Federal Reserve looking out for you? If the answer is no, then you're going to have to create your own asset. Buy your asset that pays you. That's all you can do, ladies and gentlemen. That's what you need to do. If you feel they are looking out for you, then you're going to be buying stocks, right? You're going to be buying real estate anyhow. Either way, you're going to be buying the same assets, multifamilies. You're going to be doing all of that. You're going to be starting a business. You're going to buy a business. You're going to do everything even if they are looking out for you. But you can take advantage right now for all those people who don't feel like they're going to be able to take advantage of the Federal Reserve looking out for you. You can create it, because if you can put yourself in places where they're building, put yourself in places where businesses are going to be built or amusement parks are going to be built, for an example, you're putting yourself in the mix. When they expand, just like the best case scenario, everybody knows, like downtown Punta Cana is literally nothing's there. So if you get something now, and once they build it up in the next 3, 4, 5 years, you'll be in play. And whatever you put there should be able to grow. It's not going to be that hard, because you're going to have all these customers coming in, all these people that live there. That changes the whole ball game. Now, if you got something now and open it up, you might not survive. There's nothing really downtown except for the nightlife situation. So that's the key right there. All right. When it comes to holding them accountable for lateness, I think the people that got in before the pandemic have no case because of the pandemic. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. How long can you carry the pandemic? How long can you carry there's a hurricane when you're building something? The hurricane's passed, the pandemic's passed. You should be building. There doesn't matter about it now. That's over. So trying to say it's going to be a 2-year delay. Well, people have had more than a 2-year delay already. So which one is it? I mean, I understand people are going to be getting lawyers. That's natural. They're going to be trying to figure out how they're going to get some sort of compensation that's in their contract. And have it go to court and let the court to determine how far out they can pull this stunt about COVID or a hurricane. I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen. All right. We're going to end this shortly, ladies and gentlemen, but this is a great conversation because there's going to be only watching this, the beach. But the people that got in during the pandemic, like me, January 2021, the beach already knew about the pandemic and failed to adjust the original date. I might have a case. Yes, I agree. That's what I'm saying. Everybody that's on the other side, whether it's 2021, even if you, after 2021, whether it's June 2021, whether it's October, whether it's even 2022, I could see where a court would say, okay, we had lockdowns into 2021. Let's start this clock ticking at 2022, January. But this thing about it's 2023 and they're still using that as an excuse, that's crazy. Because now you're going to, when we go to court, now it's going to be like, Your Honor, let's just say there's a 2-year delay. COVID was from 2020 to 2022. So when 2024 comes, what's their excuse then? Because they should have been able to start building again in 2022, or we'll even go to 2023. So at the end of 2024, that's 2 years later. So everybody that should have had their projects done in 2 years, they're not done. So therefore, we should have compensation. They can't use that excuse indefinitely. So I think either way, somebody's going to have a case personally, because now you were going to have it in 2021. It's 2 years later that you bought in at 2021. It's 2 years later. Now it's going to be 3 years later in 6 months. So when is it that the pandemic's considered over? Is it 2021, 2022, or is it 2023? Either way, we have a case, right? So we'll see how it goes. But I agree with you 100%. As this wears out, you will have a case. So next year, at the end of this year, is 2023. I think then it's going to be like, hey, guys, you're going to have to give us compensation because that's 2 years removed. That's crazy. So it all depends on how the courts are around there. We will see. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody's chiming in. Is the Federal Reserve looking out for you? Haven't heard anybody really chime in on that. So I'm going to pretty much close that out for the evening. I'm going to turn off the lights. We're about to close this out. I'm very happy for everybody that got in and saw yesterday the Larimar project. Please go and pull down the live video and check out yesterday. If you want to make a real estate investment, I highly suggest you go look at that video. All right. And with all that said, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. You know, it's hard out here, ladies and gentlemen. Just keep in mind, the Federal Reserve, they're looking out for the top 10 percenters. But by them looking out for them, they're looking out for you as well. So don't miss the key opportunities in life. What's about to come up in the next 6 months to the next 2 or 3 years when they reduce the interest rates, like I've been saying all year, you will be able to ride the wave. All right. So just keep that in mind. And how can I forget about that? As professional each when you use this link that I'm about to leave before we close out, and free shipping. So go show some love and some support for our own entrepreneur. Make it a success story. Let's help her do that. All right. And click on this link here in the chat room for everybody that's watching this on replay. Make sure you have the live chat on so you can get this link and go over there and get it. It automatically populates the discount. So therefore you have no excuse. There's no promo code needed. So, but use the code in the chat room. All right. Now, with all that said, ladies and gentlemen, don't worry. You can ride. The Federal Reserve's helping you, but come back Monday night. We'll be talking about Money Making Mondays, and we'll be talking about ways that you can improve your investment ideas. And with all that said, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you keep your head up. Keep moving. And I'm out.